SealMaster presents On the Pavement, featuring the SP300 Dual Spray Squeegee machine.
Hi, my name is Garrett Knoll with SealMaster, ThorWorks Equipment Sales. And today we're going to be talking about the SealMaster SP300 Dual Spray Squeegee machine. The SealMaster SP300 Dual is designed and manufactured for the high volume, high production seal coating operations. The SealMaster SP300 Dual provides a round tank design with a 320-gallon capacity. The round tank design is not going to trap material if you can picture a square tank. Other units in the industry will feature a square tank, and as you can picture, material will build up in those corners. Our unit has full sweep agitation, and we're never going to have any excess material build up in any corners or crevices in this unit. Also, with the full sweep agitation, you're going to have a better mixed, more consistent product to lay down. And here we are on our ergonomically designed operator platform. We have all of these controls, everything you need to operate this machine at your fingertips. From left to right, let's go through them real quick. We have got machine forward and reverse. This is your transmission control. As you can see, I'm in neutral. We'll slightly push this forward to speed up the machine. Also, same features with reverse. We have engine throttle speed, engine controls, up and down to throttle the engine up. This is actually our safety dovetail, which needs to be depressed upon engine startup. We also have gauges for your glow plugs, battery amperage. We have engine hour meter, ignition switch. And up here to the right, we have our hydraulic control valves. From left to right, we have our agitation forward and reverse for the round tank design. We also have squeegee box up and down. And your third lever is for your hydraulically controlled finish squeegee, and we're going to touch on that a little bit later. This machine features a left and a right easy open butterfly discharge valve, which is an advantage on uneven pavement surfaces. Other units in the industry only have one discharge valve for the material into the squeegee box, which creates a very difficult atmosphere on uneven pavement surfaces. We can control the product either left or right, wherever you are demanding product, and you can open either the left or the right valve individually to control the flow of product. When you open the valves, product will flow into the front squeegee box, or the front D box as some may call it. And this squeegee, the front squeegee, will apply the first or the base layer of material. This is the hydraulic motor that drives the full sweep agitator. This hydraulic motor is equipped with a speed control knob, which can be turned left or right to increase or decrease the speed at which you are agitating. This machine features a hydraulically controlled finish squeegee, which can be angled left or right to control the flow of product, and while you're on long runs, can be used to keep a wet edge. The SP300 Dual is a spray squeegee machine, which features the D-box and the finish squeegee, but also features a 5-tip spray bar. Here we have the spray bar, which features 5 tips and will spray a 10-foot wide path of material. This unit features our 28-gallon water system, which can be used for flushing the pumping system. The optional water system will also feed this front nozzle, which can be used to fog the pavement prior to seal coating. Here we have our hydraulic oil tank, your fill port, and your level checking dipstick. Here we have our 12-volt battery. And each SealMaster machine will have an identification plate with month and year of manufacture. This is an access cover for your clean out, which can be removed, and you can actually reach in there and clean out your hydraulic tank. Here we have your hydraulic pump, which virtually drives every feature on the machine except for your transmission, forward and reverse. And your bigger pump here is your forward and reverse for your transmission. Here we have our hydraulic motor, which drives the power steering on the unit. Very quickly, I wanted to touch on the preventative maintenance items in your hydraulic system and your diesel power pack. Here we have your hydraulic suction filter element. We have another hydraulic filter element that's mounted to the pump. You also have an inline filter, hydraulic filter. On the diesel engine, here is your air pre-cleaner or your air filter. And obviously your common engine parts, you have your starter, we have our alternator, and one of the nicest features of our Kubota engines, diesel engines, is we have a plug-in block heater for those cold mornings. And our Kubota diesel engines are liquid cooled, so here you have your engine radiator and your hydraulic oil cooler. And mounted here under the fender is your water pump that exclusively feeds the front fogging nozzle. This machine features independent rear wheel drive for better traction and easy trailer loading. The independent rear wheel drive also has a built-in emergency braking feature in the event you lose diesel power or you blow a hydraulic line. This unit is equipped with a domed surge tank. The reason we went with a domed surge tank is to provide better pulsation dampening, and what this is used for is providing a nice even distribution of material throughout the spray bar, so you're not getting those bursts of material. This surge tank basically is used to provide a nice even consistent flow of material. Here we have our main on-off sealer valve, which will need to be opened anytime we're going to run product into our 1-gallon basket strainer. So virtually anytime we are pumping product through the spray bar or through the spray wand. Here we have our main on-off suction valve, which can be used for pulling material out of a bulk tanker to fill this unit. This valve is an on-off for your spray bar. Here is your bulk discharge valve, which can be used for filling 5-gallon buckets with material from the machine. With the Sand Pumper 2 pump running, open this valve. This is your recirculation valve, which will move product through the machine and actually charge the system. And right before you're gonna open your spray bar or your spray wand, close this recirculation valve. And this valve can be opened or closed to provide material to your 75-foot hose and spray wand. One of the most unique features on this machine is the hydraulically driven dual diaphragm Sand Pumper 2, which is excellent at moving product with heavy sand loading. The Sand Pumper 2 is designed for long service life with minimal maintenance required. The reason we can cut down on the maintenance required is because the diaphragms do not rub on the housings much like a vertical piston or a gear pump would. Not only is the hydraulic Sand Pumper 2 excellent for moving product with heavy sand loading, but the ease of maintenance that is available to you. All you have to do if you need to replace internal components on this pump is remove this outer row of hex bolts along with these 2 hex bolts and nuts here, and this whole side will come off to expose the internal componentry so you can get at that and work at that very easily, along with the rubber check ball assembly, which is right over here. Up here next to my control panel, I have got a manifold for my Sand Pumper 2 hydraulic dual diaphragm pump. What I've got here is my pump speed control and my pump pressure control. And we're going to touch on these a little bit later when we're actually putting down product. But after my machine's running, and after I've reached down here and flipped on my Sand Pumper 2, I'm going to go ahead and open my speed control valve. And most dual diaphragm pumps are going to run somewhere around 125 psi, which you can double check on this gauge right down here. Because we're talking about the SealMaster SP300 dual squeegee spray machine, we wanted to touch on the spray wand feature today. What you're going to get with the spray feature is 75 foot of hose with the actual spray wand. The spray wand comes standard with an 80-70 tip. And at waist level, you should be able to get about a 5-foot spray pattern. Remember, when you're spraying, you want to overlap 50%. Okay guys, we've taken you through the SP300 Dual, all the selling points. Let's go ahead and take you through the order of operations of starting this machine up and getting you ready to put some product down. Okay guys, we're ready to fire this thing up, but we got to check on a few things first. Before we can fire this baby, I want to make sure we've got plenty of engine oil and engine coolant fluids. I want to make sure I've got plenty of diesel fuel. I want to make sure my hydraulic oil level looks good. I want to check it with my level sensor. Remember my level sensor here? And what's very important to check every single time before you start this machine and run product through it, you want to check that basket strainer. Come on, let's go take a look. Here we are at the rear of the machine. We're going to go ahead and give our 1-gallon basket strainer a quick peek. Before we do that, it is absolutely imperative that our main suction line is closed as it is right now. We're going to go ahead and unscrew the lid here. We're going to give it a twist. This lid comes right off. We're going to pull our filter element out and we're going to take a look and clean it out. We're going to make sure we have no clogs, no contamination in there. The basket strainer is used to make sure we have no clogs in any of our tips. We want a nice, fluid, even product coming through. Once that lid is snugged down, we're safe to go ahead and open our suction line. Let's go ahead and go through our basic startup procedures for this machine. Before we start this machine, let's get a little bit more comfortable with what we have at our disposal here. What I have starting left to right is I've got my transmission control forward and reverse. The further I push it forward, the faster this machine's gonna go. Moving along, I've got my throttle, so my engine speed. The further I push it up, the higher the engine RPMs are gonna go. If I've got the 28-gallon water system option, this is my switch for my water pump on and off. I've also got my little engine safety sensor, which needs to be depressed when you're starting this machine. What this does is overrides the engine oil and engine temperatures. Until the engine comes up to RPM, we have to depress this safety switch. I've also got a gauge with engine oil temperature, water temperature and level. I've got voltage and I've got glow plugs. And over here I've got an hour meter and a standard 5-prong ignition. So let's go ahead and start this machine. First thing I want to do is make sure my transmission is completely in neutral. I can rock the lever back and forth. I'm going to completely depress my safety sensor. And in the bottom right-hand corner is my glow plugs. Remember we touched on that? What I'm going to do is turn and hold the ignition switch over to the left until that glow plug light goes out, just like it just did. Now I am safe. While I have not stopped depressing the engine safety sensor, I can go ahead and start the engine. Okay guys, we've went ahead and shown you all the great features of the SealMaster SP300 Dual. Let's go ahead and show you how to put some material down with the finished squeegee. Keeping in mind one thing, we are going to be putting down water today instead of actual seal coat. This is a brand new machine here, so we're just going to be using water. First thing I'm going to do is depress my engine safety switch and turn the ignition on. I'm going to go ahead and set my agitator in motion. Keeping in mind, I'm going to adjust my speed for a nice even flow down here on the motor. Next thing, I'm going to go ahead and set my squeegee box all the way down. Keep in mind, there is a chain back here. We want to make sure there's slack in that chain so that box will float with the uneven surface. I'm going to increase my throttle. Going to set the machine in motion. And as I start creeping forward, I'm going to open my butterfly valves. Remember, toe down for material. Okay guys, we went ahead and put some material down with our finished squeegee. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the proper procedures, so what it's going to take to put down some material through our spray bar, okay? First thing we want to talk to you about is how to properly calibrate and set the pressure for the Sand Pumper 2 diaphragm pump, okay? It's a very simple procedure, and what we want to do is set that pressure to 1,000 psi on our gauge, utilizing our pump speed control and our pump pressure control manifolds. First thing I'm going to do is turn on the machine with our safety sensor switch. Okay. Then I'm going to open the pump speed control. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip on my sand pumper 2. You're going to see the needle fluctuate up and down. I'm going to go ahead and flick it off, and the needle will jump to a specific PSI. What you want to do is use your pump pressure control to either dial this up or down to 1,000 PSI and holding. So I'm feathering it in, feathering it in. When I get to 1,000 PSI, I'm going to lock it down. Okay. Now I've successfully set my Sand Pumper 2 pump to 1,000 PSI. So once I've got my machine running, I'm going to go ahead and flip on my agitation, which is my lever furthest to the left. I've got agitator forward and reverse. Remember, my agitator motor is right down by my feet, and I've got this speed control knob. As I turn it away from the tank, I'm slowing the motor down. And as I turn it inwards towards the tank, top to bottom, I'm going to go ahead and increase the speed. Now I'm backing it off. You want to get that agitator moving in a nice, consistent speed. While we're up here talking about the agitator lever, let's go ahead and review the other two hydraulic levers you have here. The center is for your squeegee box, your rear squeegee box assembly up and down, okay? As you can see by the diagram, if I push this lever down, my squeegee box and finished squeegee is going to go ahead and drop to the pavement. When I pick it up, if the machine were running, my hydraulic cylinder would go ahead and lift that assembly back up. Furthest to the right, I have my finished squeegee angle left and right, okay? This is, remember we talked about being on uneven surfaces. Perhaps you're on a road with a big crown. What you want to do is angle that squeegee to be forcing material back up that hill so you can keep a wet edge, but also you want to dial it in just right to make sure you don't have a bead of material coming off your edge. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get you going. We're gonna show you the correct order of operations for moving some material through the spray bar. Some of the important valves we're gonna be covering here. I know there's a lot going on back here, okay? First valve we need to open is our main suction valve, okay? Remember, be careful that this basket strainer, this is our 1 gallon basket strainer we talked about. You wanna make sure this baby is all the way locked down, okay, before you turn this thing on. Okay, so we're gonna open our main suction line. Okay, we're gonna come back over here, and this is our main recirculation valve. Essentially what we've done at this point is we've charged the system, okay? Now we want to make sure that each one of our spray tips is open, okay? Just a couple of facts about our spray bar before we go ahead and open them up. What comes standard on our machine are 80-70 tips, which means we are spraying an 80-degree pattern, okay, at 7 gallons per minute, okay? So each spray tip is going to spray to the center of the next one, okay? So what that means is when you get down to the end of your row, when you turn around, you want to overlap by 1 tip, okay? So essentially when you come back, you want to overlap what you've already done by 1 tip so you get that second coat of coverage, okay? So we're going to open all these up. Main suction line's open, recirculation's open. Let's start this machine. I'm going to depress my engine safety switch, turn the machine on. I'm going to start my agitation. Okay. I'm going to reach down and turn on my Sand Pumper 2 dual diaphragm pump. And I'm gonna reach over and close my recirculation valve. What's gonna happen is the pump is gonna do 5, maybe 10 cycles and essentially kick into a neutral spot where we're back at that 12 o'clock, 1000 PSI on the gauge. Okay, my diaphragm pump is in neutral. I'm okay to go ahead and open the spray bar and start spraying. Okay guys, we have moved some material through our spray bar, and very similar in order of operations, we're going to teach you how to use the 75-foot hose and wand, okay? So just like last time, it's really the same order of operations. We're going to reach down and open up our main suction line. Okay, we're going to come around right next to our surge tank here, and we're going to open up our recirc valve. Okay, now essentially we have charged our system. Going to jump up here and start the machine. First thing, as usual, I'm going to depress my engine safety switch. I'm going to fire the machine up, turn on my agitation and adjust. Okay. At this point in time, I'm going to turn on my dual diaphragm sand pumper 2. I'm going to go ahead and close my recirculation valve. Okay. Just as a note, we have already turned down the pressure on the sand pumper 2 to 800 PSI, which is the optimum pressure for running the single wand. Remember, we had it at 1000 PSI to run the spray bar. We went ahead and dialed that back to 800 on the gauge. When the pump is in neutral, it should be showing 800 PSI, okay? As you heard, the sand pumper is now kicked into neutral. It's cycled through 5 or 10 times. And we're ready to go ahead and grab our wand and start spraying. Okay? I'm gonna go ahead and charge my wand, the line for my wand. Okay. Couple more things we want to go through with you guys really quickly. Number one is how to get water to your front fog nozzle, okay? Very simple process. I can actually show you without the machine even running. All I need to do is flick my key into the on position. I'm going to turn on my water pump. Now this, obviously you have to have the 28-gallon water system option on the machine in order for this to work, okay? This machine has the water system. I'm going to go ahead and flick this on, and you're going to see a water pump button here. We're just gonna go, that is an override for the water pump pressure, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and depress that. You're gonna hear the pump start running. All of a sudden we've got water coming out of our fog nozzle. Okay guys, first I'd like to thank you for watching today's training video on the SP300 Dual. I hope you found all the information valuable and useful, and we don't want you guys to hesitate to pick up the phone to call either myself or Steve Rapp for any sales, service, parts support information you guys may need. One last thing we wanted to mention to you guys was just a quick hitter list of recommended spares and wears for this particular unit. Again, the SP300 Dual. We're looking, we would love for you guys to have in stock all of the engine filters, engine oil, fuel filter, fuel pre-filter, air filters, all of your hydraulic filter elements, whether they're in line on the pressure side or whether they're on the suction side. Also, this particular unit has the Sand Pumper 2 2-inch diaphragm pump. We would prefer you to have the 2-inch replacement diaphragms in stock for this machine. Anything that can render a contractor down, guys. We don't want these machines down. Anything that can render them down, please have in stock just to make sure we can get these customers back up and going. That includes your 80/70 spray tips, which come standard on this machine, plus your neoprene skirt board rubber, 1/2 inch thick by 6 inches wide, okay? And also for your 1 gallon strainer baskets, we want you to be holding a couple extra elements or a couple extra baskets just to make sure we can get these guys up and running in a quick hurry, okay? We appreciate it very much. We hope you found the information useful. Thank you.
Let's review the key features. The SP300 Dual is the seal coating machine that does it all: spray bar, spray wand, and squeegee application. It is engineered for high production seal coating. Round tank design with 320 gallon capacity, full sweep agitation with rubber wiper blades that help keep the inside of the tank clean with no material buildup, and also provides complete and consistent material mixing. Independent rear wheel drive provides better traction on pavement and easy trailer loading. 33.5 horsepower Kubota diesel engine, which provides long service life with lower operating costs. The Sand Pumper 2 dual diaphragm material pump is hydraulically driven for continuous volume on demand for both the spray bar and the spray wand, and will adequately spray pavement sealer with heavy sand loadings. The Sand Pumper 2 material pump will automatically shift to neutral when the spray bar or spray wand is turned off. 75-foot hose and spray wand. Spray bar sprays a 10-foot wide spray pattern. Power steering for ease of maneuvering and operator comfort. Hydraulically controlled angling finish squeegee. User-friendly control panel for ease of operation. Dual easy open butterfly discharge valves for better control of material flow. Easy open 1 gallon basket strainer to reduce tip clogging. The emergency safety brake will automatically stop the machine if the hydraulic system shuts down. Optional 28 gallon water system is available for fogging pavement and flushing out spray system. The self-propelled dual machine is also available in a 575 gallon capacity for even greater productivity. For more information on this machine and all other SealMaster equipment, contact your SealMaster representative at 800-395-7325 or visit sealmaster.net.